God Sees the Truth But Waits is a short story written by Leo Tolstoy. This sweet and touching short story is the life of a young merchant called Ivan Dmitrich Aksionov. Aksionov was a handsome, rich, fun-loving, music-loving young man who got into trouble based on an act of theft which was accused upon him and was sent to jail, and who had to live the whole of his life because of that accusation, because of his inability to prove himself not guilty of that accusation. And what happens the end is a twist in the life of Aksionov and holds true the dictum in the title, God sees the truth but waits. Let's begin. In the town of Vladimir lived a young merchant named Ivan Dmitrich Aksionov. He had 2 shops and a house of his own. You can see that he was a handsome, fair-haired, curly-headed fellow. He was full of fun and fond of singing. And as a young man, he used to take drinks too much, and when he had too much drinks, he used to fight with people and draw quarrels. But after marriage, he gave up drinking except for occasions. And one summer, Aksionov was going to the Nizhny fair, and as he was bidding goodbye to his family, his wife said she has had a bad dream about him, so it is not good for him to start. But Aksionov laughed and told her that she is simply afraid of whether he will get to the fair and go to enjoy with the other people, to go on a spree. But his wife replies that all she knew was that she has a bad dream, and the dream was that when Aksionov returned from the town, he looked like an old man with grey hair. Now Aksionov laughed at it, saying that it was a lucky sign, and then he assured that he would bring some presents for her, and then he bids goodbye. As he travels halfway, he met a merchant whom he was known for a long time, and they stayed in the same inn to spend the night. And it was not Aksionov's habit to sleep late, so he went to sleep early, and he had directed his driver to call him before dawn, and he got ready and started his journey. And after he reaches 25 miles, he stopped for the feeding of the horses, and Aksionov rested in a passage near the inn. And at the same time, he was ordering a samovar to be heated. Then he got out his guitar and started to play. But suddenly, a troika, a carriage, came, and an official alighted along with 2 other soldiers. And he started questioning Aksionov where he came from and who he was. And Aksionov answered him fully and asked them whether they would have some samovar or tea with him. But the official was very rude and went on cross-questioning him. Where did you spend last night? Were you alone, or did you have anybody along with him? Did you see the other merchant this morning? Why did you leave so early? So Aksionov wondered why he was being asked all these questions. But anyway, he gathered courage and asked the policeman, why do you cross-question me as if I were a thief or a robber? Because I am traveling on a business of my own, and then there is no need to question me. So the official called the other soldiers and gave the information to Aksionov that he is the police officer of this particular district, and the merchant with whom Aksionov was seen at the inn last night was found murdered with his throat cut open. So they wanted to search his things, and they entered the inn and started searching for Aksionov's luggage. They ransacked it and found a knife out of one of the bags, and he shouted at him, asking whose knife is it. Because it was a blood-stained knife, Aksionov looked at it and was frightened because it was not his knife. And the official asks him, how is there blood on this knife? And he said that, I don't know. He started stammering because he was shocked. And then the police officer said that this morning, this merchant was found murdered in his bed, and there was nobody else other than Aksionov who could have done it. The house was locked from inside and nobody other than him could have been there. And there is this blood-stained knife in Aksionov's bag. So it explains everything. And then asks him straight away to tell how he killed him and how much money he stole. So Aksionov started swearing and promising that he had not done it, and that he had not seen him after they had had tea together the last night. And then he also tried to explain that he did not have any money other than the 8,000 rubles that he had taken for his business purposes, and that he also told him that this knife was not owned by him. But his voice was broken and he started trembling with fear, and all his mannerisms made the police officer believe that he was guilty.